This is a true story of girl meets boy. The girl, Cherry, and the boy, Jags, were hopeless romantics from the start. At a young age, Cherry was a die-hard Westlife fan and believed that she would end up with Nicky. At the same time, Jags was madly in love with Rachel Lee Cook and even sent her an email asking if they could meet. Still, they fell in and out of love with reckless abandon, getting their hearts broken after each failure. Little did they know that each and everything they went through would lead them to that fateful night. It was March 6, 2011. Cherry was getting drunk on her large Assam milk tea and sent Jags a friend request on Facebook. Jags thought Cherry was this cool party girl and was a bit intimidated. Still, he accepted the friend request. At that point, Jags and Cherry both worked in HSBC but weren't formally introduced yet. Nothing much happened after that, as they were both in a relationship then. They worked in separate departments and had no contact at all, save for a few nods and stolen glances. 2 months later, they would finally meet for the first time, and this time, it would be the right time. Cherry was at the office feeling down when her friend Hanika asked, "What will make you happy?" "A date with Jags," was her prompt reply. Hanika then messaged Diane, Jags' teammate, and everything was set. Jags had no idea who the girl was and suggested they meet at the distillery for drinks. Little did they know that this would be their last first date. It was May 17th, and Jags was anxiously waiting as he saw a cute girl come up the stairs. When their eyes met, they both laughed. Cherry acted surprised. Over the next 4 hours, they got to know each other and were surprised how well they hit it off. They exchanged numbers and sent their first text to each other. It had been 3 days since their date, and no one wanted to make the first move. But fate worked its magic, and they bumped into each other at McDonald's. They talked about the company summer outing, and though Cherry didn't normally go to these events, she ended up going, thinking that she might get to see Jags' abs. While no abs were seen that day, both got a better glimpse of each other's hearts as they spent hours under the stars talking about life and love. They capped the night off with a Jollibee food run at 3 a.m. Guards down, hearts open, and tummies full, it was the perfect recipe for falling in love. After 3 months of seeing each other almost every day, they knew they were ready for the next step. On August 17, 2011, they were on their way home when Jags, sick of listening to Taylor Swift all night, asked Cherry to play the CD mix he had just made. While the song was playing, he asked if she knew the singer. Cherry was not getting it, so Jags asked her again, this time pointing to the song display screen. That was the night that they officially became a couple, and that's when the real fun started. They went on countless food trips, more movie dates, and they also tried working out together. But what they enjoyed the most was the opportunity to travel and experience new things together. Having been together for almost 4 years, they both felt it was time to take the next step, but always had the feeling of uncertainty. They decided to attend Discovery Weekend. Months later, nearing their 4th anniversary, Cherry came across the movie Bourne Ultimatum on TV. This inspired her, so she gave Jags an ultimatum. They had a long conversation that night, but in reality, Jags was just pretending because he already knew that he had met the love of his life and already ordered a ring from Silverworks. It was their first day in Santorini and everything was set for the proposal. Except that it was already 4 p.m. and Cherry was full from lunch and didn't feel like going out anymore. Good thing Jags managed to convince Cherry to get moving. They arrived at the other side of the island just in time. As always, Cherry started taking pictures of the view, unaware that Jags had already left her. She heard Jags calling her and saw him from the top of a church roof. Not wanting to miss a photo op, she rushed over and saw a guy with a big-ass camera set up. The guy offered to take their picture, and Cherry handed over her camera, not knowing that this was the photographer that Jags had arranged to capture the proposal. After a couple shots, Jags suggested that they turn around and face the sunset. It was then that Jags got down on his knee and played I'm Yours on his phone. Cherry turned around and saw Jags blubbering and trying to say something. With the wind gushing, her ears couldn't hear everything, but her heart knew what all of this meant. She said yes. And in God's perfect time, everything seemed to make sense all at once. All of the uncertainties and what-ifs were swept away, and all that remained was the stillness of a heart at peace.
I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no